Hello again. This is Radio Entrepreneurs. My name again is Jeffrey Davis, and I'm host of Radio Entrepreneurs, at least until they fire me. And when I'm not at Radio Entrepreneurs, my real job, CEO, founder of Mage LLC, management consulting firm, enjoying that too since 1985. Again, glad to be back in the MTP Software Studios, the leader in sports CRM in the United States. Check them out if you like sports. That is the CRM, well, sports franchise if you're an owner. Our next guest, David S. McLaren, founder and managing partner of McLaren and Associates CPAs PC. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's
Nice
a
to be
long
here.
name for an accounting firm.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
But you're required to actually have your name in the accounting firm if you have licensed accountants. So it's only a few choices I could pick from.
So tell us about the practice.
So our practice is pretty specialized. We focus on proactive tax strategies for small business owners, showing them deductions, credits, elections they don't know that's available to them to significantly reduce their taxes. We do quite a bit of forensic accounting, tracking down lost, hidden, stolen money. We also do business valuations. And we got a great culture with our team.
So really a lot of financial consulting that you're doing.
A lot of financial consulting. We don't get into people's investments or things of that nature, but certainly can help you put more money away,
Right.
especially if you can save it on the tax side.
Right, interesting. So what's your background? How did you get to this point, and when did you decide you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
I decided I wanted to be an entrepreneur about 15 years ago, which is when I went into my own practice. A lot of our philosophies did not fit in with some of the practices that were around. Numerous CPAs do a great job taking information that you give them, filling out tax forms. My whole focus was, how do you know what to put on those forms? What should your numbers be? How do you know the industry-specific deductions and credits, the things that are there in the tax law that's so big just to help you? So my whole focus is to show you the things that you're not taking advantage of in your industry, rather than you just giving me numbers. I look at that the same as if you had a problem with your car and you show up at the mechanic and give him the parts and say, just install it. Well, how do you know what needs to be done if this isn't what you do for a living? So we are really partners with our clients to show them what they're not taking advantage of and to significantly change with their tax picture. At least that's the tax strategy side. The forensic side and business valuations is very different from that. That tends to be more transactional. So if you're getting divorced and a spouse is hiding money, if you have an employee who's stealing, a partner who's stealing, an estate where you know that your brother is suddenly taking money out of the estate and thought there was a lot more money there, we track all that down.
You know, I find, I'm going to make a generalization, that entrepreneurs make the same mistake that people do with surgeons. People pick a lot of surgeons because they have a nice bedside manner and they have a relationship with them.
Correct.
And people pick a lot of accountants because they like them and they consider them friends, that they don't really know how to dig in and find out if they really are truly great practitioners.
Very true.
Do you deal with that a lot?
That's how we get most of our business, is when a business owner is finally saying, I don't understand why I'm paying so much in taxes, and I keep asking for advice, and I'm told that I'm making all this money, so I have to pay the taxes. What's different with us is our whole focus is not on getting your stuff done. We're not here to get your tax returns done. Yes, that's the last thing that we do, but it's really about how to change your numbers and use the things that are in the law. That's why the law is so complex. When you hear people say, I'm very upset that I see things in politicians, they don't pay any taxes. They're not doing illegal things. They're taking advantage.
And they can do insider trading and not go to jail.
Very true. Very true. But in the tax law, it's so big and complicated because there's all these specialty items that are in there. Every law that's written actually has so much to do with taxes. The healthcare law alone was 3,000 pages long, but almost all of it had to do with tax breaks to get other politicians to sign it. Well, most accountants are not going to read 3,000 pages. We do. So that way we can show people.
You do?
We do.
So you know, if I can say it on air, so you're boring.
I wouldn't call us boring. For accountants, most accountants are very introverted. Sorry, all those accountants out there. We tend to be a very fun bunch
No,
of extroverted
but you have to
people.
read it. When I say boring, I meant it nicely.
Well, we do a lot of education, a lot more than what's required to stay on the cutting edge. So we can use laws going back to 1945 all the way up to new current laws that change every day.
You're in Shrewsbury, so excuse me. You're doing mostly clients in the Worcester area, or do you really spread out throughout the state?
We have clients all over the world. We have a big contingency in Maine. We have quite a bit in New England, but in almost all the states, and in, I think, 6 or 7 foreign countries as well. So not necessarily, today is a lot smaller world with the web, so they don't have to be in Worcester.
And how are you getting your clients mostly?
Our clients are all through referrals, either through attorneys, other accounting firms that don't specialize like we do, other clients. Everything's by word of mouth. We do some networking groups as well.
Interesting. How many people are in the firm?
We have 13 right now. We just put another offer out, and the person just accepted today. That'll bring us to 14. So, and we have a couple of others that we may put offers out as well.
You know, the most common thing I hear from entrepreneurs over the last 2 years is I can't find great people. And I've heard that from accounting firms for the last, 10, 15 years. Not everybody's going into accounting anymore. Do you have trouble finding people, building culture?
That's our number. Well, building culture has not been a problem for us, but finding the right people that fit our culture has been a huge problem for us. The competition with the other firms to find people is huge, but to find the person that has the right attitude to fit our culture, where we're open-doored, where we're all family together. We share everything. We help each other. Everyone checks with each other before they leave for the day to see if they can help. So finding the people that are not the person that wants to come in and calculate numbers behind closed doors and go home at the end of the day. They might have the best skills, but they don't fit our culture. But finding people just to interview has certainly been a challenge. There's less and less students going into this. There's other industries you can get into and make more money faster, but the need in the accounting industry has gotten larger and larger every year.
Yeah, that's what I find, that people who really have, entrepreneurial or exceptional financial skills, they're not looking at accounting because they don't want to take the years that it takes to really become, a full-fledged partner. And years because it takes a lot to become a good accounting partner.
Correct, and you also
You can make money quickly doing financial planning.
Yes, very true, but you got to find the clients. In our industry, you have the ups and downs with tax season and other times of the year that make it a lot busier. So you also have the challenge of staying on top of education. We're one of the few industries that the laws change every day. What you used to do 10 years ago, it's completely different now. This latest tax law last year completely altered tax forms, numerous deductions. It completely changed everything. So there's not many industries that have complete changes like that you're prepared today, but tomorrow, if you don't start studying and reading, you're going to fall behind immediately.
Yeah, I would think that you have as much pressure, what I would call the 3 T's: tax, because the tax change; technology changes; and talent.
Yes.
That those are the 3 things that are really pushing you, because technology alone, maybe we can address that, is changing so dramatically in your field.
Technology for us is all about security, with the biggest thing now being people trying to hack into accounts. Last year, I think law firms were the biggest focus, so they could pretend to be different people and get you to wire money to them in a real estate transaction. This year, we're finding more and more accounting firms are actually being the target because we hold people's social security numbers, your dates of birth, we're going to have your account numbers, routing numbers. We have so much of your information. If you don't have top-edge protection, that can wipe the firm out.
Right.
And obviously endanger the clients.
I guess I feel a little bit bad that people are targeting out law firms.
Well,
A little bad.
They've caught on to it now. Unfortunately, the worst part of that is most of the time it's an employee that lets them in, opens that email, clicks on something they shouldn't have clicked on.
An attorney within a law firm?
Well, no. Well, an employee in a company is usually the person
Oh.
that lets a hacker in. So even if
right.
you have protections, what's happening is they're opening the door.
I've been to some cybersecurity seminars, and it's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the wave of the future because now it's over state lines. It could be out of the country. It's very hard to prosecute people.
We've been speaking with David McLaren from McLaren and Associates CPAs PC. David, if somebody were looking for you, how would they find you or the firm?
So, well, there's been actually a lot of press about us recently with we've gotten some awards on the forensic side. We also have our website, and then, of course, we have our phone numbers and address. We're looking to expand the office as well. So.
Okay. Any email address you want to give?
Sure. My address is dave@dmclarencpa.com. So it's DMCLAREN CPA.com, just like the car.
Thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more stories on Radio Entrepreneurs.